Well, one of the biggest box office franchises of all time is actually a little franchise called the Despicable Me world, or as some people call it, the Minions universe. Because we have the proper Despicable Me movies, which are also have Minions in them, and then the Minions standalone films, which have all done very, very well at the box office. And we now have a new one coming out called Minions and Monsters. And we now have our first full reviews. Not many of them. So I don't know what's going on with the review embargo because just a few of them have come out, but they've come out from major outlets. And so far, every single one of them really likes it. We go over and take a look at some of the reviews that are coming out now from Minions and Monsters. Discussing Film liked it. They said, the best adventure with the Minions yet, delivering hilarious and heartfelt ode to the cinema's past that is sure to resonate with young cinephiles. Surprisingly, it feels like Illumination is only just now tapping into this franchise's true potential. Mama's Geeky liked it, saying, a love letter to Hollywood. It features industry jokes and references, which is refreshing for the franchise. Stunning animation, fast-paced action, and a genuinely entertaining story. The best of the solo Minions movies by a landslide. The Wrap liked it. They said Minions and Monsters builds to an open-hearted tribute to the power of the communal movie-going experience that is unexpectedly emotional and makes the film feel like it could be the best in the franchise, perhaps since the very first Despicable Me. Empire Magazine liked it. They said, more of the same from this franchise, really. It will keep the minion-sized people in your life happy and probably make a bazillion dollars. Bananas all around. Variety liked it. They said the film is such a weird, willful, popular entertainment for much of its running time that it holds your goodwill. It's almost bellissima, but it's fully, madly moviosa, and that's more than the seventh entry in any animated franchise has the right to be. South China Morning Post liked it. They said, the lean story arguably lacks the emotional weight of the Despicable Me films, but in its place is a neat streak of self-aware humor, particularly when the Minions become Hollywood stars and launch a merchandise range. And so far, I mean, that's pretty much all of them. But again, from some of the big outlets, including Variety and The Wrap, are really liking it. So here's the thing. One of the things that really makes me interested in this movie is they showed us at CinemaCon a big presentation for Minions 2, and they gave us the full rundown, which I wasn't aware of, which is it's set several decades in the past, and the Minions end up in Hollywood, and they become famous filmmakers. They become famous filmmakers, and they catch the eye of a big director voiced by Christoph Waltz, two-time Academy Award winner Christoph Waltz, does the voice of this director who discovers them and believes they can be this big thing, and they become big stars in Hollywood, and they fall in love with the idea of making movies. And the idea is they want to make a monster movie, but you don't have any CG in that era, so they have to find an actual big giant monster, and mayhem, of course, ensues. And it looks absolutely charming. And here's the funny thing about Minions. Minions were instantly adorable and cute in the first Despicable Me. But if you looked at them in that film, while they were adorable and worked great in Despicable Me, I would have guessed that the novelty of these characters would have worn off pretty fast. Like, I loved them in the Despicable Me, but I would have thought, if you try to do this 2 or 3 more times, it's going to get really tired. And you know what, guys? It hasn't gotten tired. When they have good, clever content, these Minions are adorable, and they work, and they're fun, and they're funny. And you put them in this context of the golden age of movies, and they fall in love with movie making and do a little and you know what? As ridiculous as the stuff they showed us at CinemaCon was, everything had a nugget of truth to it about the behind the scenes of how they make these movies. And you're watching, it's like, I kind of fell in love with it. So look, I don't know if I'm going to love this movie or not, but I'm happy to hear that it's getting a good response so far. Anyway, Rob, you were there at CinemaCon. You saw the big presentation they did for it. You're now hearing some of these reviews coming out. Is it kind of lining up what you were expecting? Do you think they can keep doing these Minion movies? I don't know. What do you think about it?
I have to tell you, I think you were too. When we saw what I mean, they showed us a chunk. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, the whole leaning into movie making and the Minions not really knowing what it was, and then all the people in Hollywood not knowing who the Minions were. I mean, I was delighted. I had a gigantic grin on my face. I mean, did it go a bit over the top? Yes, but that's a Minions movie for you. I loved it, and I was more interested in seeing this movie than I have been. I mean, the Minions are fine, but it's not my jam. This movie, however, the setting and what was going on, they had me at hello. I'm really excited to see this movie based on what we saw at CinemaCon, and to hear that it's good. Well, that's great. Can't wait.
Jonathan, what have you thought about like the whole Minions thing so far?
I actually prefer the standalone Minions versus Despicable Me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. There's just something about it. I just enjoy those films more than the Despicable Me films. And actually, the last Despicable Me movie was like, to me, just felt so generic. My kids do prefer the Minions, I think, over a lot of other, franchises. So they're a little more like excited to see this. We were kind of excited to go see Despicable Me, and we were all just like, well, that was a movie. But this, I'm excited to see, and I am going to go see it. And I think so are they.
For me, I still think out of all, like the whole Despicable Me Minions films, I still think my overall favorite is the first Despicable Me. Like to me, that had the most heart. It was very, very funny, all that kind of stuff. But you know what? Outside of the first Despicable Me movie, I think I also prefer the Minions movies over the follow-up Despicable Me movies.
Because here's the thing, they're my favorite parts of the Despicable Me movies. So I'd rather just have them. You know?
So it's going to be interesting to see if they can carry that here. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The first reviews for Minions and Monsters are all pretty good. Some of them even calling it the best of the franchise so far. Maybe you're over the Minion shtick. I thought I would be by now, but I still kind of like them. Anyway, whatever you guys think about them, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Hims. One of the hardest things about trying to lose weight is just figuring out what actually works, because we've seen them all. There are a million trends, diets, and gimmicks out there, and honestly, it can get overwhelming. And that's why weight loss by Hims really stands out. Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill at its lowest price ever, and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite and eat less, so success is within reach. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever and only GLP-1 available in a pill for weight loss, so there are no needles needed. And the process is extremely convenient. Everything happens online. You connect with a licensed provider who determines if treatment is right for you, and if prescribed, your medication gets delivered right to your door. No insurance necessary. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/Campea to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/Campea. hims.com/Campea. Based on advertised cash price for 30-day supply of medication only. Membership required, fee not included, and billed separately. Weight loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.